Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. I'd like to introduce you to Jim Waddington, who is the Executive Director of the Kent Economic Partnership, and I'm sure that means you're dealing with Kent County.
Yes, it does.
And what is the Economic Partnership?
The Economic Partnership is a 501c3 nonprofit which was formed a number of years ago to promote economic health in Kent County.
And so you work with the businesses that are there?
We work with the businesses that are there. Our primary focus is on business retention and business expansion, and then ultimately business attraction. But if you aren't doing the first two, it's hard to do the third.
And so primarily it is helping the businesses that are already in Kent County.
It's recognizing the existing businesses as a tremendous job source and doing what we can to support their continued existence and their expansion. And then ultimately, by proving that we're a business-friendly location, attracting new business to the area as well.
How are you doing with that goal? Are the companies there expanding?
Yeah, I think we're doing very well. Our manufacturing segment is particularly strong. We have close to 80 manufacturing firms in Kent County, small and large. They provide over 5,000 jobs. We've had tremendous expansion over the last 18 months at the Kraft plant, where they put the Kool-Aid line in. We've also had expansion at the former Playtex plant, which is now called Edgewell, where they've added 250 jobs. And the Purdue plant in Milford has hired over 300 additional people for their organic line. So we've seen a tremendous growth in our manufacturing segment.
That is fascinating because you seem to be running counter to the rest of the country.
I think we've been very fortunate. We came through this previous recession retaining most of our larger employers, yes.
How did that happen?
It's that we had room in some of our plants. It's that we have a pretty solid workforce in Kent County. Quality of life is a major consideration. I think with Mexico, some of the uncertainties about continuing to manufacture in Mexico have been a concern. So it's a variety of reasons.
Yeah, because I would think it's always going to be cost benefit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cheaper, it's definitely cheaper labor elsewhere, but then you have the transportation costs.
Right. Edgewell closed a plant in Canada and brought those jobs down to Dover. So
when manufacturing is your top industry, and I assume it is?
Well, I consider agriculture to be up there as well. Out of our 80 firms, we have 13 firms that are food manufacturers, and we have 15 that are metal manufacturers. And so all of that's kind of contributes to the food innovation concept that we're using.
It sounds like it's interrelated. Some of the manufacturing is yes. connected with agriculture. But my question was, and I guess it deals with agriculture too, does that make you limited in growth since manufacturing seems to be diminishing in this country, or you've been able to buck that trend?
No, I certainly hope not. I think the real growth opportunity is with the production of food. I really believe that over the next decade, our primary concerns in this country are going to be availability of food and water. And what we're currently doing with the production of food and the transportation of food probably isn't sustainable long term. So we're going to see more of a focus on local food production and local food processing.
So as long as these factories that you're talking about and do you even call it manufacturing at that time, are tied to the food processing?
Yeah, you can call it manufacturing or processing. When we did our SWOT analysis about 5 years ago, we took a look at where the activity was in the site selection market, and it seemed to be more in the food production facilities than car manufacturing, for instance. And the reason for that was that the food manufacturers continued to operate through the recession. Some of them were boutique companies that were growing and had greater distribution needs. Some of them were just companies that maintained their current level of production, but they need to replace equipment because they didn't really lay people off or slow down during the recession. People still ate. Right. So there seems to be some activity in the site selection market in the food manufacturing segment.
Well, it's a fascinating story, and it's nice to know that the county that's bucking the national trend is right here in Delaware. Congratulations to you.
Well, thank you.
And thank you very much for coming in. Jim Waddington, Executive Director of the Kent Economic Partnership. When we come back, giving out money to arts exhibits and art organizations in Delaware, and this is in your roundhouse, it helps to create jobs and money when we come right back.